Greetings, everyone, and welcome to the second episode of On the Phone with the first YouTube format by Out of. In each episode, we're going to have a chat together with a great protagonist of outdoor sports, and we'll talk about early days, career struggles, achievements, but also suggestions. This is episode 2, and I have the pleasure of having with me a 13-time X Games medalist, 2 times world champion, ladies and gentlemen, from Donbass, Norway, the king of slopestyle, Marcus Kleveland. Hey Marcus, it's such a pleasure to have you here. Thank you so much for taking the time to chat with us today. How are you doing? And also, where are you? Because with you, it's always a very interesting question.
I'm doing amazing. Now I'm back home in Donbass. It's so nice to kind of be done with the competition season and actually can go out and ride for fun. I haven't been at home for more than a week since January, so it's kind of nice to be able to sleep in your own bed and yeah, kind of chill out for a little bit.
For sure. For how long are you going to be home now?
I'm gonna be home until after Easter, so that's like two
Oh,
weeks.
wow. It's like a whole 2 weeks.
Yeah, it's vacation.
Oh, man. So I'm gonna just dive in, just because there is a lot to talk about, and your writing is incredible. There are so many aspects of your life that are very interesting as well. And I would say that the first topic that I'd like to tackle is that I think it's fair to say that you changed the game when it comes to snowboarding. So you pushed the limits of what was possible. You almost created a whole new style in the park, and you inspired a whole new generation of riders with your style and your creativity in riding. And it all started when you were just 13 years old and you landed your very first triple cork. So, do you remember what drove you to try it?
Um, I just remember seeing like Torstein and Mark doing the triple, and then I've already done a backside double 10 and 12, so I kind of felt like I had it in my body to do the triple. And then Red Bull kind of set it all up with the jump and the location and everything. So we went to Vieli in Norway, and yeah, basically just had a fun jump session and somehow I managed to do the backside triple, and yeah, it's just been super fun to ride ever since then. Or it's been fun before as well, but I feel like when I was 13, it was kind of like the breakthrough of my career. Yeah.
Definitely. So it was just like, oh, I feel like I have it. I'm gonna try it.
Um, Kind of. Yeah. It's like at the same time I was jumping a lot of trampoline, because the trampoline is like such a nice thing to have because you get the air awareness, you get the control of your body, and also like get the access of the tricks that you're gonna do. Back then, it wasn't really like a airbag that you have nowadays. So it was like you either try it and eat shit or you make it.
And then I think that another milestone that you had was when you made history again with a quad cork 1800 at the X Games. That was the first ever quad cork done in a competition. So, was it, like you said before, a feeling in your bone that you had it, or did you have a plan? How did it happen?
I kind of already had a plan because I learned the quad earlier that year. So I kind of knew that going into X Games, it was going to be something crazy happening. I also knew that Max Perot had a cab quad 16. So I had a feeling that we were going to kind of battle for it. So I put down mine, and right after he put down his. So it was just a crazy feeling for sure. And you know that it's X Games, anything can happen, and everybody's going crazy for it. So yeah, it was such a fun night, and to also that was my first X Games as well in Aspen. So to leave there with one gold in slopestyle and a silver in big air was just surreal.
Oh, I bet. I can only imagine it. So it was like healthy competition pushing each other, like.
Yeah,
Where are you gonna go? I wanna go further.
pretty much.
That's awesome. Um, and then I would say that this healthy competition sometimes has probably downsides, and that would be injuries. And in any athlete's life, there are obstacles to overcome.
Yeah,
And for you, I would say that the 2018 knee injury at the Dew Tour was definitely one of them. It was quite scary, probably.
totally.
Um,
It was,
did you ever
yeah.
think that it was over?
I mean, as you said, every athlete has to go through some type of injury. Yeah, it's a part of the game, and I had mine in 2018. I've been super lucky up until that point, and pretty much been super lucky after that as well. Just had some minor things going after, but yeah, the one thing that I had in 2018 was just a shattered kneecap, and the doctors told my physio that I might not able be able to snowboard again, and yeah, it was pretty brutal. I was kind of doubting it a little bit myself because it was so hard to put pressure on my knee and so hard to even walk because I had a brace on for this happened in December and I got my brace off in March and the
Oh
brace was
boy.
just locked in a straight angle for 3 months. Yeah. So my knee was just completely stiff and I couldn't bend it at all. So it was just a lot of physio training, a lot of training, and I had another surgery to really get the movement going back. Um, and yeah, it was a crazy year, but it all worked out at the end, which I'm super happy about.
Oh, we too. We too, definitely. Um, but yeah, I know a little bit about injuries myself, and sometimes it's really hard to just go through and yeah, there's the pain, the stitches, the
Yeah, and
braces, the
also
cast.
just getting like the confidence back. One thing is like, yeah, you're okay to go snowboarding and do stuff again, but at the same time, it's the mentality there for the contest, and it's are you ready to really push yourself to the maximum limits? It's always kind of like a battle with the contests and just learning new tricks because everything is super scary nowadays. Um, so it was a mental battle going back, but as long as you ride a lot of snowboard and kind of trust yourself in a good way again, I feel like a lot of good things can happen.
Good. That's awesome. So what kept you going? And also, you said, going snowboarding is one thing, and then going back to competing was a whole other. So what kept you saying, okay, no, I want to compete again. I still have a part of the things that I wanted to say that I haven't said yet.
Um, yeah, first off, I had to ride a lot of snowboard. I had to get all my tricks back, and then I did triple again, uh, exactly 1 year later. And then I kind of tried to get into the contest season 1 year later and it didn't really work out. I didn't feel comfortable and I just felt like I needed to ride more snowboard and needed to really get comfortable again before hitting all these crazy jumps and contests and courses, of course. So I kind of took it pretty mellow the first 1.5 years. And then the preseason again in 2020, I went to Stubai and had the best preseason that I've ever had. Uh, Relearned and learned new tricks and basically felt super comfortable on my board. And then that season was the best season I've ever had. It was yeah, back to back contests with back to back wins and all that. So I feel like once you really get the confidence back, it's just a super crazy fun world again.
Yeah, it's a war, getting the confidence back. It sounds easy. It's like, oh yeah, but
It's not easy,
takes a
but
lot of work.
it takes a lot of work, but it's also fun work because like once you overcome some fears and once you trust yourself enough that you can actually do it, yeah, it's such a confidence boost.
I I can only imagine. Yeah, you mentioned that season when you had, back-to-back wins, and that must have felt nice. And I always say that you have won pretty much the winnable. I don't even know if that's a word. English is not my first language, so just gonna go with that. Um, how did it feel to win the X Games for the 13th time? Like, was it as good as the first one?
I mean, every single win that you have feels kind of the same. That's what we're always aiming for. You're always going into a contest thinking that, okay, I have a shot at winning, and I'm gonna take that chance and really do everything I can to be on the top of the podium. But I feel like the one win that really stands out the most for me was winning X Games again after the knee injury, and kind of, yeah, knowing that I can be able to do it again, and to have the tricks that can put you on top, and to really, yeah, feel that you have something there to do, and also that the body's working. That's a milestone in itself.
Oh yeah, yeah. Uh, the only thing that probably is missing is something that is gonna happen in Italy, by the way, next year, and it's the Olympics.
Yes.
So, what are
Oh,
your plans for it?
I've had a curse with the Olympics the past uh, two Olympics. I've had such a good like preseason warm up, and I've had good contests before the Olympics. So I've had like a really good confidence going into the Olympics. But then as soon as we're dropping in or just riding the course at the Olympics, I just have this weird feeling. So I just pray that I don't have that in Italy. But no, I'm
Hopefully
very
not.
excited.
We're gonna try and make yourself at home before the weekend for sure.
Yes. I just already feel that it's gonna be better, and kind of just it's not super far away from home as well, which is super nice. No time difference, and yeah, I mean your guys' food is amazing as well, so it's that's perfect. But no, I'm gonna set up a really good plan and have the best preseason ever, and try to really maximize everything to be able to, yeah, do well at this Olympics.
So looking forward to supporting you in that. So excited to see that happening.
I am too.
Um, yeah, let's get it. Um, so you are such an inspiration for a lot of snowboarders. It happens to us a lot of times that people come up to us and say, "Oh, wow, how's Marcus Cleveland? How is he in real life and everything?" So I think that growing up, you had the same with.
I did
So
too.
which are
Yes.
I don't know, which snowboarders are the ones that inspired you the most in your career?
I would say there's a lot of them. It's either Torstein Hordmo, Stalo Sandbeck, Mark McMorris, Travis Rice. Um, yeah, a lot of good riders, and it's kind of weird being in that position now because I don't see myself as the one of the top guys. I've never done that, but it's also super fun, like meeting the kids, and yeah, you can really see the joy in their eyes and how happy they are to do a lap or to stand in the lift together. um, so it's fun to reverse it for sure. Um, but yeah, it was nice to watch a lot of movies growing up and kind of take inspiration from all the writers. And yeah, I feel like everyone has to. Oh my god, sorry about that.
No, no worries.
I feel like everybody has to have some sort of role model growing up.
Oh, absolutely. And these are very good role models. I mean,
Yeah,
uh, they don't make anyone like that.
Hmm.
Uh, and so yeah, you said that now every new trick that you have to learn is like super scary, and the level has gone up the roof. And so how do you see this evolution in the snowboarding in terms of tricks and styles and culture?
Um, yeah, it's definitely gone through the roof. It's pretty crazy nowadays with all the spinning and just craziness. Um, but I just want to try and keep it a little bit more mellow instead of spinning like crazy. No, but the level is super crazy. It is. And I hope that the level isn't going to be like all spin to wins and who can spin the most because nobody can relate to it anymore. I feel like if you sit there and have no idea what you're looking at, it's the first time that you watch snowboarding. You just see the same trick over and over and over and over again. And you have to be a little bit more creative. Do I don't know butters off the takeoff or rodeos and I feel like people are kind of doing it now. It's not only spin to win. People are really trying to get creative, and I feel like that really helps the sport now. And I kind of want to try to do that myself. Um, yeah, because creativity is the thing that gives you the most joy. It makes you stand out, and I think also the judges likes it. So yeah,
Oh, I
that's
think
what I would say.
everyone. Yeah, really. I mean, we with freestyle ski, we moved away from the old school just because it was so stiff, and
Yeah,
yeah, it
yeah, yeah,
wasn't, the emotions were missing.
yeah. But
Uh,
I can't say anything negative about spinning because at the same time, me and Mark and all the other guys, we also did spin to win back.
you do spin a lot, definitely.
Yeah, it's a
That's
lot of
out of
spinning,
the
so
question.
I can't say nothing about it. But we need to look in a different direction as well and try to, yeah, come up with new tricks. And like, there's so many tricks that's possible to do, but it's just a little bit scary to do. And that's the creative side of things.
Oh yeah, yeah, and also overcoming the fear of doing them. I think that's
Exactly. Yeah.
a trick.
Yeah.
Who do you think, the new guns that are coming over, who are the like under 18 snowboarders that you think are pushing the game the most?
There's so many. Uh, it's like I feel like I'm seeing youngsters popping out like everywhere, just doing the same tricks as everybody else, um, which is sick. It's super sick, and that's the progression of snowboarding. But it's also like the access that people have to airbags and good parks nowadays is also the reason why the progression kind of goes like this. Um, and yeah, it's I wouldn't say that it's easier to learn tricks nowadays, or I guess it's a little bit easier to learn tricks nowadays. But at the same time, the tricks are scarier, more gnarly. So you have to really have a different mindset because it's
Yeah.
not like, yeah, you have to think a little bit about risks as well. But like, I remember being like 16, 17, 18 years old myself. I didn't really think about risk. It was more just like, oh, I can do this and go out and do it, and whatever happens, happens. But like now I'm turning 26 in, I don't know, 10 days. And I can feel that I'm not old,
Oh yeah, you're
but
getting older.
I'm thinking more about the risks nowadays. It's not like I can
Uh,
just go out and just do everything.
I can assure that it gets worse in time. So no,
Yeah,
I know that some people I don't know, manage to skip that part. They manage to, I don't know, just go full set, but
no, but
the
it's
responsibilities, your
yeah,
bones hurt more, takes more time to recover. It's like,
for sure. But no, I love seeing the progression of the sport, and the one thing that really stands out the most is women snowboarding because yeah, that's the most fun thing to watch nowadays because they push the sport, they push the limits, and yeah, it's just such a good group of girls that's battling against each other. And yeah, it's just the most fun thing to watch.
Absolutely. I'm super proud of the girls because lately they have reached some levels that are
Yes,
outstanding. And
yes,
I mean, when I used to do a little tiny bit, like a very, very little tiny bit of freestyle ski, and it was like, oh, I'm 360, boy, you're like world champion, pretty much. It was the very, very beginning because I'm quite old. But yeah, no, now it's like, no, these girls are crazy. And I remember last year watching the nines, it was so
yeah,
cool to see.
it's good. It's really good. Creds.
And I mean, your life revolves around snowboarding. I mean, snowboarding is like your theme of everything, but snowboarding is not everything that there is to your life, probably, most
Sure.
definitely,
Yeah.
hopefully.
Yeah. No.
Um, so, is there any figure like we spoken about mentors and role models? Like, is there anyone outside of snowboarding that inspires you in your life?
There's a lot of people that inspires me, um, for sure. Either it's with music or motocross, cars. Um, I just like to really watch videos and to see the joy in people's how they create something and go on with their life because it's a lot of things that you can learn from. And yeah, I don't know. I just remember like when I was injured, I your life kind of gets set on hold for a little bit, and you kind of uh, like life is super easy when you can do anything, like just walking. No, but it's definitely a lot of role models out there, and you can learn a lot of things from different athletes or music creators or basically anything. Um, yeah, it's why is this question so hard to answer?
I feel that it's because you actually have a lot of interests and you have, which is good. I mean, it's incredible. It's a
Yeah,
lot of role models. So you say, and I think that I've seen it because you are my second interview, so I have a very wide experience. But talking with Alex Hackel, and he has a lot of interest as well.
yeah,
And I see that the more a person gets inspired by other people, the more he levels up. Like the
yeah,
ability to see things that inspire you in what others are doing is something that I think it's incredible. It's not this, some people might look at something that another person is doing, they're envious and they say, "Oh, look at what they're doing and I'm not doing." But to see the possibility of having, even just if it's a hint or part of their philosophy, their work ethic, and make it your own, I
yeah,
think that is, and I see it as like a thread that connects you all,
yeah,
that spark that drives you forward.
for sure. And I think what I was trying to say when I got injured, you kind of had to like adapt to things and looking at like the Paralympics people as well, like how they adapt to their situation. That's super inspiring. And obviously, like yeah, as I said, the music things, how they really set everything together and kind of make their piece. I'm super into music myself. Like I make a lot of music. I mean, I'm trying to, but it's not super easy. Um, and yeah, I feel like everything kind of inspires me, to be honest.
That's a good way to put it. That's a
Yeah,
very good way to put it. And
yeah,
honestly, I was very much hoping that you'd mention music because my I have a whole lot of questions about music for you. And so the first one is probably the hardest one because it's quite broad, but what is your relationship with music?
my relationship with music. um, it's a really good relationship. Because I use music to kind of calm my nerves before dropping into a contest or getting hyped for a contest or even ride. just back home or regularly. I can't go ride snowboarding without an earplug in my ear. And yeah, I've been listening to music for such a long time, ever since I was a small kid. Music's been a big part of my life. I started making a little bit music when I got injured, actually. That's kind of like when I, yeah, bought FL Studio and tried to really learn things about it. Um, so yeah, so I've been sitting like late nights just trying to figure out chords and all that stuff on a keyboard and trying to learn the notes, but it's so hard.
Oh
Um,
yeah,
it's
it is.
difficult, but it's a good
It's like
process.
learning new tricks on the snowboard.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. I remember last year when we met at the Nines, and you were doing this project with Red Bull that combined the noises of snowboard with music, and it was quite exciting to watch and to see the final result. Then it was cool.
That's super
And and this is a question that I don't know. It came to my mind now, but what is your favorite song to shred to? If you had to pick one, like one only song.
That's a good one. Um, one only song. What song hypes me the most up? I'm trying to go through my Spotify list here now. I would say "Pour Up" by Don Toliver. Like
Have you
I think it's on Instagram.
have you ever thought about making like a Marcus Cleveland shred playlist, like on Spotify? I think people would
I
love
have,
it.
I have.
But you have.
Or I made my Spotify playlist public, and I posted it on my story one time, and I think I have to do it again, post it on my story though, so people can. Yeah,
You will
I
have to
also
do it
tried.
again.
I also tried doing like the start a jam thing on Spotify, so
Yeah,
people listen to the same music as me whenever I wrote. But then it was
that's
a lot of
cool.
people. Yeah, but then a lot of people put in some weird songs. So whenever I was writing, I was like, yeah, this is not my playlist.
Pros and
But yeah,
cons.
pros and cons. Yeah.
That was fun. Another thing that you mentioned is cars. And your passion for cars, I mean, is pretty much, uh, pretty evident. And you told us that you raced with karts when you were younger. And for who doesn't know, we had the pleasure of driving cars with Marcus Cleveland
Yes.
and be beaten by him, of course. And and last year for your 25th birthday, you got yourself quite the ride.
Yeah. It was.
Has Lamborghini always been your dream car?
I think every kid has had like the Lamborghini miniature, or what is it called, the small Lamborghini,
Yeah.
and their toy collection. So yes, the Lamborghini has always kind of like been a childhood dream, and got to make that come true last year. It's actually a 1 year anniversary, yeah, in a couple of days, which
Oh
is
yeah.
pretty sick. Um, yeah, I love that car. I'm actually trying to sell it now, but
Wait, what are you getting? This is the next question. If you're selling it, then what are you getting?
I don't know. I have no clue. I've been looking at, I mean, I've had a couple RS6s in the past,
Hmm.
and I've just realized with the Lamborghini, I can't have luggage. I can't have people in it. So I feel like a more family wagon, station wagon suits me a little bit better. And to have like an RS6, that's kind of like a wolf in clothes. You know,
Yeah, that is so true.
yeah,
It's like a
and
family car, about 600 horsepower. That's the perfect match.
exactly,
Yeah.
yeah. So you can put whatever you want in there, and you can still have 5 people going with you. So it suits me a little bit better, but it's been super fun to own a Lamborghini for a year.
Did you have the miniature?
I
Did
did.
you have the actual miniature of the car you got? That is so cool.
I'll send you a photo of it. It's at my parents' house, but
Oh, yes, I'd love to.
I, yeah, looked at it yesterday.
I did the same with the motorcycle because I had a very small and the budget is different, so it was more budget friendly. So I had a very small Ducati Monster, the
Nice.
600 Dark, and then I had actually a Ducati Monster. So yeah, that's cool.
That's super fun
Um,
whenever you can realize, um, yeah, kind of like your dreams.
yeah, yeah. And sometimes the small things, and sometimes are bigger things, but it's
Exactly.
always cool. Um, you also you how many times do you go to the track every year? I feel like every once in a while you are around trucks doing cool stuff.
Yeah, it's one track outside of Oslo that I go to twice a year, I think. And then they have like a proper racetrack and they have the go-kart track. So it's just super fun to bring friends and go and race karts against each other. And I tried to bring my Lamborghini there last year, um, but the noise of the car didn't make it through, so I couldn't drive it on the track.
That's such a bummer. They're not so strict in Italy about it because
Yeah, maybe I should bring it to Italy before selling it.
you should you should you should.
Yeah,
We'll be waiting for you.
yeah.
Um, and there's something that I find fun is that it very often happens that there are parallels between a high level sportsman and racing cars. Do you find there are any parallels in like racing? I mean, it's both kinds of racing. It's racing cars and racing in a different way. But what are the
The common things.
yeah,
I feel like whenever you're racing, it's a calculated risk as well. Like you're going in with such high speed in corners and where you find the apex and everything. You got to be super precise with the riding or driving. And I feel like that's kind of the same with snowboarding. You have to be so precise in every single move that you do. And you have to be calculated. You have to like the risk calculation. And yeah, you have to really think, is it worth it? And I feel like that's kind of um, the similarity in between both, like racing and snowboarding. Yeah.
the adrenaline rush maybe?
Super adrenaline rush. I mean, going high speed in the car is it gets your heart pumping, and it's the same in snowboarding. Whenever you're riding super fast into a massive jump, and yeah, gets your heart going. It's I feel like we're always chasing the adrenaline, and you can get it from both.
That is very true. So yeah, I've finished my list of questions. Actually, I have another one that is the last one.
Okay.
That is, where are you heading next?
um, that's actually a good question. I'm actually not sure where I'm heading next. It's kind of it's yeah, we're on a speed dial with me and Petter to where we're going. We just haven't figured out where to go yet. Um, but I know that it's going to be right after Easter, so yeah, we'll keep you updated.
Well, that's something to start with, and then I think it's fun to just figure it out on the go. That's
Yeah,
cool.
it is. It is. I feel like the more spontaneous trips are always the most uh, fun trips.
Definitely.
Yeah,
Okay. I hope it was fun for you too to talk
super
about,
fun. Yes,
different things and reviving stuff. Um, Super cool. It's always
yeah,
very interesting.
for sure,
And
man. It's super fun.
thank you very much, Marcus, for your time.
Of
And we're
course.
looking forward to having you in Italy with your Lamborghini so that we can
Yes,
go and race it together in the track.
I'm excited.
That's a promise. I'm gonna write it down. No, I'm kidding.
No, but
Awesome.
I'm down.
Good, good. There's pizza and pasta waiting for you here.
Nice. Sounds perfect to me.
Awesome.